Hey, Robin, you were right. We found a frozen Leviathan. Altera thinks they can use it for something. I'm afraid something terrible is gonna happen. If you hear this, love you.
Made it to 4546B. Landing was a bit rough, but I don't think they spotted me.
Stop right there, Altera. You're out of bounds.
I'm not with Altera. I'm looking for information about my sister Sam.
I suggest you take the time you need to come to your senses and then get off my sea base.
It would appear I'm far less alone on this planet than I had anticipated.
Hello? Is someone there?
In a manner of speaking, we're running out of time. Can you help?
Yo, what's up guys, it's me, Paradox Gaming here, back with another Subnautica video. Welcome to Relics of the Past update patch October. Now, in this episode we will be going through the new update, as well as how to unlock the console, and some of the storyline of which it is easy accessible through the console. Now, if you're looking for a full playthrough of this game, then watch the Subnautica series once that's finished in maybe a week or two, because I'll be posting it more often. Then we shall move on to Subnautica Below Zero, because as it says from the Relics of the Past update, we have just watched the new patch, the new trailer video. It's here. Welcome to the full story. Now you have voice dialogue, which is fully done, which is amazing. I think the voice acting is really good. Now, Margaret is of course a character in the game. Now, she was also in Subnautica. Now, this does contain spoilers, so if you don't want it spoiled, then yeah, don't watch on, especially after past when we go into the actual game. So as you can see, it's voice dialogued, so yep, the voice acting has been amazing. There are also a lot of lore in this game, of which I shall probably be doing videos on once the full game releases, as well as stuff like fragment locations. Next time I hear you, I'll let him tear you to ribbons or terror. Sam, taking portraits. Character portraits now appear in the top left to indicate the speaker. This can help, including voice dialogue. Now, there is a wide number of characters in the story, all whom clearly depicted in sync with the spoken lines. That is really good. PDA, databanks and encyclopedias, really useful for working out the lore of the game and can be really useful. Robin has a new look, so that is good. So Robin is the character that you play as, instead of Riley, that you play in the original Subnautica. Dive straight back in. So, beacons and inventory. On death, beacons will drop alongside the rest of inventory, which means you see the beacon from where you died and will be really useful. Posters, keep your eye out for posters, they have been introduced. Now, wander too deep into basically the void, and you'll find these creatures, which are basically the equivalent of the ghost leviathans, even though quite a lot less scary. Now, the baby ones aren't that scary, but I haven't seen any of the adult leviathan ones. Precursor caches, more storyline stuff, and then we have some cleanup and polish. PDA pause. From the accessibility menu, it's now possible to enable a PDA pause. By default, the game continues as you look at your PDA. However, enabling PDA pause will halt gameplay instead. This can be useful if you're in the middle of something but really need to read something, as in you're like in the middle of fighting something or something like that. So and then we have finished the story and we have a new soundtrack. So it's Octobeeper, sounds quite good. I have listened to it before, and full list of changes I'll link in the description, as well as the link to this webpage. So yeah, that is very useful. That is Relics of the Past. Now I shall cut to in-game once we are ready to go through the console and some of the storyline. Okay, so we are back for the second part of this video, where we go through the console, and we're just going to quickly start a new game in Freedom, even though with console, of course, we will go into creative pretty quickly. So I shall show you some of the basic commands and then go through the story. So yeah, let's get straight into it. Okay, so this is the intro cutscene.
This is the farthest that I can take you on company space bucks, Robin. You're sure you want this? The research is in everything.
It is to me and Sam. I need to know what happened.
The meteor storm.
I can use it for cover from Altera's eyes.
Gonna miss you, Robin.
I'll find my way back.
So she, the character, is Robin, is taking cover from a meteoroid. Now it's going to say this, and it's change height.
546 feet.
And it's getting close, and they've changed this slightly, but they've been hit. Drop pod deployed, and then we do what is known as crash landing. So that is good, and then we try and get out the door. We get out of our ship. We take a few steps away from our ship, and then it blows up. So first of all, how to get into the console. So press F3, then F8, and then up here you can see disable console. You press it once and it will disable it. Press it again and it'll enable it. So of course it is already turned off by default. But then you can press enter to get the console up. So I can type creative, and I will now be in creative. So yeah, as you can see in my bottom left, and then I can do freedom, and now it's survival freedom. So yeah, that is how you change game mode. So, and then you can also use the up arrows to go back. So that is what we are going to do. Stop interrupting me, PDA.
I don't think Altera spotted me. I hid from the satellite. The drop pod deployed to the vessel. Just have to find it and get settled. Then I'll be able to get to work.
Okay, so they've changed the life pod slightly in this new update. As you can see in the top right, it's October 2020, 37024. Now, press enter to command. So some simple one, weather. Weather will turn the weather off. So now you just have random meteoroids and no weather. It's kind of a bit weird, even though we will keep it off for now. Then if you go under the water, you have the fog. Now this looks really weird without it on, but it can, yeah, it can be interesting. I'm not sure why you would want it off, but yeah. Now another one that is really glitchy is fast swim. So this can be really useful and creative. You hold left shift and you go really fast. But then if you go at a certain speed, you can clip, you can do massive jumps, get to places that you shouldn't be, like really quickly. And I will make a quick example, but I will have to cut. Okay, this is some kind of life pod thingy. But if you go down even like 50 meters, do it straight up, hold it. Oh, and look, we have gone 100 meters high. If you go from 100 meters, you get 500 meters high, and stuff doesn't load, especially with the weather. Now, yeah, so that is fast swim, so I will now turn that off. So they are the main ones that you're going to want to use. There is a link to the description, in the description with the wiki and everything that you need to, all the potential ones. So there's some really weird ones like, oh, there's another one, for example, item knife. You can just type that and you'll get the item or anything. So that can be useful. There's also like rot food, which I have no clue why you want, but it rots all the food in your inventory. So yeah, that's interesting. And then you have the one that we will be using in this episode for the cutscenes, story. So this will show you all the possible keys. Now there were more, but they removed some. But so story Marg 1. So this will put us to the first encounter with Marg. Also, it will take ages to load because Subnautica is bad at loading.
Delta Station. This is the place Lil mentioned in her message.
So this is entrance. Don't know what was up there, but like there's this PDA, and I don't exactly know how to get in, but there's an Altera PDA and a way in. But basically, when you come over here, and so that's a limestone chunk, and what is that? Crystalline sulfur. The second you cross this boundary, cutscene.
Stop right there, Altera. You're out of bounds.
I'm not with Altera.
Then your position is doubly precarious.
What do you mean?
If you're telling the truth, you're out of your mind. If you're lying, there'll be hell to pay.
Wait! Who
Who are you?
Stay off
My land. So that is the first encounter, and then actually we probably will enable fast swim for now, but you're supposed to follow them.
The woman in the exosuit has been traced as far as my technology will allow.
Oh, wrong
Signal
one.
location uploaded to PDA.
Fast swim. Okay, so. Oh, we're doing it again because I pressed it again. Okay, I'll skip to where we have the second encounter. Okay, so there's a command to keep it under one.
Stay away.
From what? I don't even know who you are.
Marguerite Maida's the name. You're on my turf.
So
Great. Can I come in and warm up?
this is
What
the
part of
prawn
go
suit.
away do you not understand, Altera?
I'm not with Altera.
So we'll get a cutscene when we go in there, but this is the mech. Well, not necessarily mech, but prawn suit that they had. Then you got a few things around here. So she obviously thinks we're with Altera. Now she does have a whole backstory from Subnautica and how she was with the Dugassi, and that's the second time this jump scared me. I've seen it about 3 times. But that is a Reaper that they
I
slayed.
told you to stay off my land.
You trained that thing?
Next time I'll let him tear you to ribbons, Altera.
I'm not with Altera. I'm Robin Ayu. I'm looking for information about my sister Sam. I think you might have crossed paths.
Bull crap. I suggest you take the time you need to come to your senses and then get off my sea base. If you're not Altera, why don't you disable that damn tracking satellite tower instead of barging into my sea base? Maybe once Altera's off my back, I'll remember something about your sister. There's some junk on that table that might help. I couldn't get it to work.
Okay, so then the pet kind of just sits in the doorway. So these are all, like, there's an abandoned PDA. There is some modified sea glide part, and this is the Reaper Leviathan skull that she killed, and we shall do more information that on a video about the lore, because I'm going to be doing videos on laws and blueprints and stuff in sometime in the future once the full game released, probably not anytime soon. So then let's go to the next part of the story. I have been interrupted my PDA 4 times trying to say this one thing. Okay, so the next thing you will do is you'll go to this radio base and you shall find your way in somehow, and then you want to find the radio salvage, which I haven't exactly done nor seen, but I'm sure there's a way to do it because that's what I've seen on the commands. So yeah, that is the next part of the story. Then let's get to the next part. Okay, so this one.
Hello? Is someone there?
In a manner of speaking. We're running out of time.
So this is actually normally your first one, but
What is
sometimes
all
it's
this?
not. It kind of depends.
I can help you better if you show yourself.
If we could show ourselves, we would not need storage.
You mean you don't have a physical presence? Are you one of them? An architect?
Storage medium identified.
We will be lost unless we find a new host. Can you help?
Can you use my PDA for storage?
You are not with the group from before. Your cybernetic components bear their signal.
Altera? No, my equipment is, borrowed.
It will have to do.
How long have you been stored here?
Longer than hoped.
Warning. Sanctuary power critical.
Okay, so they're obviously running out of power.
Can be downloaded from the terminal. We may speak more once the transfer is complete.
Yes, okay. Hurrying.
So we insert our PDA, or as so it seems.
Storage medium accepted. Brace for transfer.
Brace? What's happening?
Transferring. Transfer complete.
How do you feel?
Why do you sound like you're inside my head?
The facility identified hospitable capacity within your cerebral cortex.
You are in my head? I offered you my PDA! Get out!
Oh no. Does your kind perceive a boundary between cybernetic and organic components?
My mind is not a component.
You sound angry. We will allow you a moment to process.
Don't you go silent on me.
Hello?
This is not happening.
That's the explanation. It's not happening.
Oops, sorry. Okay, so she is obviously in denial. Now, this could happen first, it could happen after, I don't exactly know. But it is a key part in the story, and yeah, I'm not sure it makes a ton of difference to the other two, but it might do. So yeah, let's skip to the next part. Okay, so the next part is repairing the bridge that is just up here. Now we have to wait for it to load in to let us move. Now we need hydraulic fluid, which apparently we didn't already have the blueprints for, which I don't know why, probably because it's like glitched from going to freedom to creative to etc. But basically, as we approach the bridge over here, then we open this bridge, and then there is some areas that we need to get to. So I should see you once we find an area that we need to get to.
There is something of significance beyond this bridge. It was important to Altera, but more important to me.
Will it help us build you a body?
I believe so, yes.
Oh, better not fall off. Probably not the best of ideas, but looks like there might be something down there. It might be where we met Marg. I'm not sure. But yeah, let's try and find this alien base.
You came within range of data that might help with the construction of a new storage medium. You must continue to investigate.
So Alan is of course the person that was inside our head, so I shall try and find it. Not that I found it before. Aha, I think this is where we're supposed to be.
What you found is more than just an artifact. It will help me follow the traces my people left on this planet.
I'm glad it could help.
I know you would still prefer me to have a corporeal form of my own.
Well, yes.
If you continue searching, I may regain some of my connection to the network, piece by piece.
Okay, so Alan is obviously just trying to encourage us to continue exploring. So, as I will. Okay, so I think we've found it. There's an alien phase gate thingy. Not phase gate, but like alien area. So warp crystal. Now, this is quite possibly in the wrong order. I don't know, because I haven't actually played through the game yet. Even though I will do. There is a data terminal, research log, and I'm surprised Alan hasn't talked to us, but yeah, I think there's probably something more here. What did that give us in the data bank survival? Yeah, I don't know. I cannot find the extra story bits, and I do want to get this out tomorrow, so yeah, I'm just going to go over to the next thing, which we can go from the story, so I should see you there. So then this is the next Marg encounter.
Damn satellite hasn't passed by in a while. I guess that was your doing.
So that was
Sam's not the only one in the family who knew what to do with vague directions in old wire.
She was an original, that sister of yours. First time I met her, I was sure she was Altera through and through. Not a crease in her uniform. Sending those damn bird bots to spy everywhere. Then, she surprised me. Maybe a little too much.
Meaning...
If you really want to know, there's a PDA on the bench that can point you in the right direction. If you need anything else, don't bother me. But you can help yourself to the greenhouse. Least I can do to repay you for getting those spying pests off my back.
Okay, so that's good. We can obviously now have Preston's plant, which is useful. Small marble melons, big marble melon. So yeah, shrub nuts, Chinese potatoes, the whole lot. Some from Subnautica, some from below
That's
zero.
your plan?
You don't think it'll work?
You're thinking too small. Like maybe if you're polite enough about destroying the bacteria, Altera will come around and see it your way. But do you believe in yourself or not?
I think so.
You think so? Come on. Is the bacteria a threat, or isn't it?
It is.
Does it need to be dealt with or not?
It does.
So who's right on this?
I am.
Say it like you mean it.
I am.
I said like you mean it, not like you're testifying before a rigged transgov court.
I am.
Great. Then what you gotta do is seal off the whole cave. I've got just the stuff. Made it for fishing, but it blew the whole ice shelf halfway to deep space. Vaporized all the fish.
Okay.
And you gotta hit the lab too, or there's just no point. Actually, you know what? Let me take care of that one. It'll be fun.
Okay, so that is obviously another part of the story. So yeah, that is good. So we could either go to Mark 3. So we've done radio salvage, so it's just story, and then frozen is it frozen creature? I'll just copy it. So I shall see you at the frozen creature. So this is like a mining outpost. So how do you get in here exactly? I don't know. What Y level are we at? 26. So it's slightly above base. So it's probably something that you find at some point in the game. I don't exactly know. But then again, they have like changed a lot of stuff with this beta. So like they've removed like collecting the enzyme, which you have, which I get here. Antidote, injectable container. There is also like a few things, for example, I don't know, but like there's a number of things that I thought that we should be able to get to that we can't get to with the story command. Now, I don't have time to go through it all, but we will do, of course, in my playthrough, so that will be good. But what you do is you insert the sample of the enzyme that you get from one of the creatures, I'm not sure exactly where, and then you press this and it injects the enzyme into the Kara pores. So that is good. And it cures the monster.
I believe the antibacterial agent was effective. Without it, the bacteria could have spread. Now it cannot.
Yeah.
Your sister's memory will live in you through this gesture.
Feels good. Doing this one last thing for Sam. I feel like I got some closure.
My people do not experience endings as you do. Do humans feel joy in realizing that you've reached the end of something?
Sometimes. Closure is a sense of resolution, like knowing that even though it still hurts, it'll be okay.
Architects find contentment in all moments in time simultaneously. What you experience sounds more fulfilling than contentment.
Fulfilling is a great word for it, Alan. I did what I came to do. I found out what really happened to her, and I got to finish her work. I learned a little bit more about the person I've looked up to for, well, my whole life. I wish I'd told her that more.
So
Sam always wanted to make a difference. She wanted the bacteria contained to keep everyone safe. I'm grateful to give her that. I just wish I could have said goodbye.
So Sam probably worked here. So let's just check for Mark 4. Okay, no. So that is all the ones that you get through the story commands. Now there may be more, but I'm not exactly sure of them. So yeah, that is going to wrap it up for this episode. Hope that gave you some insight into what the story of Subnautica will be like, and probably gave more than enough spoilers. So, but yeah, we'll be doing lots more videos on the lore and a whole playthrough, as well as some fragment locations. So yeah, that is going to be it for today. Now I will be here when the next beta comes out, or sometime sooner for Subnautica. Well, Subnautica will be going out probably tomorrow. So yeah, Subnautica coming very soon, Below Zero coming reasonably soon. So apart from that, bye for now, see ya.